My name's Vince. I'll be the one that's conducting a consultation with you guys.
Okay.
The whole purpose of the consultation is kind of figure out the good, the bad, the ugly, and then kind of figure out, hey, you guys have Ranger. What is it that you guys want to be able to do with him?
Yeah.
Right? What's the lifestyle like? What are, not just the sit and the down and that type of stuff, but like, hey, you got him and you're like, hey, I want this dog so I can do X, Y, and Z. And sometimes that kind of gets lost in translation or gets lost with the dog's behaviors and things like that. So with that being said, kind of tell me a little bit about him. You said he's what, 4.5?
Yeah, we got him, and then we hit 10 months later. We started living in the RV full time.
Okay.
We were full time living for about 2.5 years. He does really well to travel.
Yeah.
Other than like I said, when he sees a dog, he'll growl. And then in the campgrounds,
well, he
gets aggressive, gets excited, and just doesn't know how to contain himself.
Yeah.
We'll be on walks and he'll growl and want to run lunge towards the dog.
I mean, he scares the owners.
Scares the people that walk by sometimes. They'll be walking with their dog and they don't see him. He's laying down. And all of a sudden, rah, he comes rolling out like a.
The biggest thing with dogs really is developing that clarity and context, right? So the dog needs to understand the verbal and the physical of what we're asking, right? And that goes with humans, that goes with animals, that goes with anything that we want them to do a certain thing, we have to teach and show them, right? And so the problem that we have is that Ranger speaks dog, and we speak human, right? And we want Ranger to do X, Y, and Z, but Ranger has no clue what X, Y, and Z is.
Yeah.
So what we have to do, and what we do as trainers, is teach the dog, hey, these commands need to do this physical action. And once we can control the dogs verbally and be like, hey, come, sit down, whatever the commands are, we can then condition the dog to filter out distractions, right? So our whole philosophy is gain attention. So that means the dog can start paying attention to us, develop clarity, and that means clarity in the verbal command, clarity in the physical of what that verbal command means to do, and also clarity in the context in which you want the dog to perform it. And a lot of it comes down to teaching the dog and then teaching the owners how to maintain it.
Right.
I tell everybody, every consultation I go to, if you're not going to maintain it, don't hire me, hire somebody else, right? And I am pretty hard on my clients. I do expect you guys to maintain the results, right? One, it's not cheap. Two, we do spend a lot of time with the dog and we spend a lot of time with you, and we offer a warranty, so there's no reason to not maintain it. Right. So like if you ever feel like, hey man, I'm struggling, I need some help, I'm this, call, ask for help. Don't let people sometimes let their pride or whatever stand in the way. And I'm like, there's no need for that. Just call and say, hey, I need some help. We only know what we know, and we're only good at what we're good at, and it's okay to ask for help. And
I got you.
I'm glad you guys came in, and because at the end of the day, you did get Ranger and want to live a certain lifestyle with him. And so it's important that, we train the dog, or the dog is trained to fit into that lifestyle. The cool thing about the way our program works is, it's a board and train program where dog comes here, stays here, fully trained here. We take the dog out in public, go to like Duck Pond, Lowe's, Home Depot, Petco, PetSmart, things like that. So that way your dog understands all this different context, right? And we're able to train the dog through this different context.
Right.
And the other thing is he's going to be fully submerged with other dogs. So it's going to be, hey, you're here, you train every single day with other dogs, so it'll be fully socialized, all that type of stuff.
And it's odd you say that too, but like my son has dogs, both our sons have dogs, and he doesn't have a problem with them
No.
They play. I mean, they go beside each other, they play, but he doesn't growl and want to take their heads off or sound like it, you know what I mean? That's what he does when we're out.
I think a lot of it is probably some leash reactivity, right? I mean, we'll see. It's if the dog is aggressive, he's going to go for the dog right away, right? It's going to be game on, we're going to posture up and then go. If the dog is, and even if he is aggressive, we can work through that.
Yeah. I mean, when you say posture up, is that like when his hair comes up?
And they do like the head over shoulders.
His tail comes up, he gets his neck hair comes up, but he's wagging his tail 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, the tail sometimes is not the indicator of whether the dog is going to
friendly
attack
or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
See,
what
we've never, actually just let him go, and so we don't know exactly what he's going to do. We've always, pulled
Yeah,
him back.
restrained him.
And the
Yeah.
second
Try
that
to
you
correct
guys start to add tension to the
Yeah,
situation,
yeah, you know,
Then
and
it
it
creates
gets
all
us,
those problems.
you
Yeah,
know,
that's
upset, you know, and so we're like mad at him. Don't do that, you know.
yeah,
And
but
he
he has no
senses that-
clue.
yeah, he senses that thing.
And so it's like it's very upsetting
It's
because
frustrating.
they're upset, you know, when especially if you know they're just walking along, they hear this dog come, "Rawr," you know.
Yeah.
And so, but other than wise, he's a wonderful dog. I mean, he'll, you know,
Yeah.
he's very good. But that just really just bugs me. I'm just very.
When we're
upset.
out, mainly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it's one of those things. It comes down to developing clarity and context. The dog needs to understand, hey, when I'm walking past other dogs, I don't need to lunge and
Yeah.
things like that. We call that leash reactivity.
Okay.
Yeah. The other thing too is like putting him on a harness is not going to help him,
No.
right? Because all it does is put all the pressure right here on the chest, and so now the dog can pull like it's a sled dog. And I mean, it's a working dog, so whether it's pulling a sled or hunting birds, right? A job is a job, and they will pull you all over the place.
Yeah.
Right. So what we're going to do now, if you guys don't have any other questions for me right this minute, what we'll do is I'll have you guys go outside and just kind of walk him around out there. And then I'm going to have one of the other employees grab a dog and we'll bring the dog outside. Don't correct, don't do anything. I just want to see how he actually acts. And then we'll get him closer and more of a threshold. Walk that way. I don't think your dog's aggressive. I think your dog has leash reactivity.